Well, there's just simply what's happening. And this, as it uh, is just what's happening. And it's not been done by somebody. There's already nobody behind what seems to be happening. There's simply what's happening, and it's going nowhere. This as it is, it's already not the story. Yet what seems to be stories may seem to appear in it. But this as it is already empty. There's already nobody behind this, behind what's happening. And what seems to be somebody who's looking for this, what is already not there. So it's already just what is this appearing as somebody looking for what is. There can never be any real separate somebody who can look for just this, what is, and find what is. Because there isn't anybody who's separate from this. There's just simply this, which may appear as well as somebody in the story looking for this. So there may be questions appearing, but the questions appearing in this, they are not an evidence that there is somebody who's separate, who's asking questions. It's just exactly what is being longed for. This, what is, appearing as questions. So there can never be any real answer that may appear. So I would say the questions and the answer, they are the same. That which seems to be asking a question, it is exactly the same as that which seems to be giving an answer. So there is already no question, no answer, just this. And this what is can never be spoken. This can never be said. this is already wordless. Yet what seems to be words may appear in it. But it doesn't require words for it to be what it is. It's already wordless. It's already what it is, with or without words. So anything may appear here, you know, anything may arise, any sensation may arise, any thought, any question, any answer, it doesn't really matter. It's already this appearing as that. There is no separation already. There's just wholeness here. There's just everything. So blinking as it is the same as thinking. Sensation, any sensation is the same as the room, the space, the sky is the same. Everything is this. There's no separation. Even a thought of separation is already this. A thought of separation doesn't mean that there's a real separation, or it's not an evidence that there's separation. It's just this appearing as a thought of separation. The sense of being somebody is already what is appearing as that sense. The feeling of being separate from everything is already what is appearing as that. It's already not personal. It's not appearing to somebody. If something says it feels real, that's this appearing as that. It may appear to say it feels so real. It may appear to say it doesn't feel so real right now. It may appear to say it's very solid. It may appear to say it's very light. Hmm. It's already totality appearing as that. There is no separation. There is already no finder to find this. There is already no seeker who's seeking this. There is already no man or woman who's looking for this. There's just simply this, which is already everything. So if there are questions or any sharing arising, then it's okay.
okay, I might as well talk. Where is everyone else to ask questions tonight? Um,
Oh,
so
Nkosi made it so clear.
what? Yeah, just me left. Yeah, so I guess like it seems so mentally, psychologically clear what you say, like everything is this, like I don't have an argument to that. Like I hear other apparent people argue, but I don't see an argument yet. It seems that it's, it's, yeah, it seems like there is, I mean, it's this saying, it seems like there is a me. There seems like there is seeking and suffering and anxiety. And yeah, when you said like, I would like, it's the room as much as the anxiety now is like, yeah, I don't know. That's all I guess. I don't have, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, yeah, there's just what's happening, question happening, and sharing happening, suggestion happening, anger happening, frustration. It's already empty. There's nobody behind anything. There's nobody behind it. There's just this, already this. There's no man, there's no woman. There's already nothing separate from this. To know this or to disappear, there's just this appearing as somebody who's asking a question, appearing as that sense of being separate from everything. That sense as it is doesn't belong to anybody. It's just a sense, it's just a feeling. It may happen to stop, you know, it may seem to go on, but it's just a feeling. There's no real somebody who separates from everything. There's just everything appearing as that. So this is nothing being everything. And everything is nothing. This can never really be pointed at. Even what seems to be the pointing is already this. The pointer and the pointing and what is being pointed to, the pointed at, is already everything. It's just already this. There's already nobody here who's talking about this. There's just this appearing as talking, appearing as listening, appearing as a question, appearing as an answer. This is already empty. This is already full. So this doesn't mind the story. This doesn't try to get rid of the story. It's not trying to get rid of the separate self because there's no story and there's no separate self. It's just this appearing as that. This isn't trying to get rid of anything. But what is being suggested here is that what seems to be happening, this as it is, It's just what is. It's already everything. There's no separation. There's no doer of what's happening. There's just what's happening. And what's happening is going nowhere. And it's not happening to anybody. Even when the thought appears to say, oh, it's happening to me, it's also what's happening. It's just what's happening. Oh, I wish I could get rid of this experience. That's this appearing as that. Oh, I wonder when I'm going to fall away. Maybe if I continue to listen to this message, I will eventually collapse. That's already what is appearing as that. There isn't anybody there already to fall away. There's already no listener. There's already no looker. There's already no thinker. And this isn't happening to anybody already. There's nothing here. There's nothing to find anything here. There's just this, what is everything, totality. And this isn't talking to anybody. There's just talking happening and listening happening, analyzing happening, question happening, answer happening, waiting happening, expectation happening. There's nobody here to feel anything. There's nobody here to know anything.
So when there is imagining uh thoughts, it's nobody imagining. Like some people say an individual is imagining. It's an individual's, but there's no individual. So is it just imagining from nowhere? Like, I don't know, some say like it's coming from a contraction. Like the imagination is a contraction. So
Yeah, imagination is just arising in this. It's the same as the sensation arising, thoughts arising. You know, there isn't anybody who's imagining already. To say that there's somebody who's imagining, then that will mean that there will be somebody to fall away who's
yeah.
imagining. But already there is nobody here to fall away. So there's nobody who's imagining. Imagination is just wholeness appearing as an imagination. There is no doer of anything already. There's simply this appearing as an imagination, appearing as a thought of separation, imagining, let's say, there is a world out there and I'm a woman. I'm here listening to this message. It's just an imagination. But it as it is already empty. There isn't anybody behind it. It's just a story, it's just the knowledge in the memory. It's just words. Everything is empty. There's nothing behind anything. So this doesn't suggest that there shouldn't be any seeking. The seeking itself has no seeker. But it doesn't say that now that there is no seeker, that there shouldn't be any seeking. Yeah. Seeking may continue, may happen until there is no seeking. Until it doesn't arise, until there is no desire to seek. But if there is still a desire to seek, the seeking may continue to run. But there's nobody behind seeking. It's just empty. Everything is empty. There's nobody behind meditation. When the meditation happens, it's just meditation happening. There's no meditator. Even when it appears that there is a meditator, that's imaginary. That's an imagination. There's no real separate meditator who's meditating. There's just meditation. This appearing is meditation. So right
Not
now,
sure.
there is no story. There isn't any story. The story can never be found. The story of your life and you can never be found. There's nobody here. There's no story here. There's just this. But the story may seem to be imposed somehow in this. But this as it is already empty. Story is imaginary. And this is not a story. It may appear as an imaginary story, but this as it is not a story.
when you say this is already empty in Nkosi, or maybe let me start there. I could relate to you, Laila, when you initially stated you don't have an argument. I don't have an argument either. And I've been listening to Nkosi now for some time, and I enjoy it. And my mind tries to kind of follow it, and I hear it. And there is certain passages where I try to do something with it or imagine it, and like one example is this is already empty. There really isn't anything here that I can hear the words and I have an argument with it, but it doesn't come with anything. It's I can't imagine what already empty means or is, or what that is like, or if you want to talk about that.
I was just thinking as what Nkosi said. I don't remember the exact last thing. It's not everything is empty, but right before you spoke, yeah, I noticed my thoughts are going like, but what does that mean? What is that? And I can see like that question is appearing in what already is and isn't asking anything. I don't know. That's just that's even an idea too. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, the trying to figure it out happens in it, or and
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be, it seems to be everything. There seems to be things, many things, but these things, they are empty. There is nobody behind. I don't know how to explain it then. There seem to be
Nobody behind
people,
I can get.
sorry,
Nobody behind I can get,
yeah.
but empty. And also, just one step back, uh, what I was gathering so far is that there are no things. If there is no separation, then there is just wholeness. So there aren't any things.
Yeah, there are no things. There's just this appearing as everything. There are no real things. There are no real things. When you say this is a room, but it's not a room. It's just a label. It's just a label. When you say there is a mountain, there are mountains. There are no real mountains. So mountains are just labels in the story to decorate the story. When you say there is Michael Jeffries, that's just a story. There's no real Michael Jeffries. There's just this. So it's already empty. Everything is empty. It's not as it seems to be. It's not as there's no Lyra, there's no Nkosi who's talking to anybody. There's just already this, which is nothing appearing as that. So in the story, it may seem as if there are many things, there are many things. There is a world, there are people, there are birds flying, animals, you know. But that's as it is already this. So it's empty in the sense that there isn't anyone, there's no one behind anything. There is no real, it's not real. It seems to be real, but it's not real. It's just an appearance.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just an appearance. It's not real. It's empty. It's not solid. It seems to be solid, but it's not really solid. It's just an appearance. It's empty. In the story, it may seem as if it's real, it's solid, it's going. If there is a movement, it may seem, oh, someone is going somewhere. But there's no one who's really going anywhere. It's just this wholeness, vastness appearing to dance, you know, appearing to move, but it's never really moving to anywhere. There's nowhere to get to. There's nothing to be done. So this spacious aliveness is already appearing as what seems to be people moving around, talking. It's already this aliveness, boundless aliveness, spacious aliveness appearing as that. So there is no real separate life that belongs to somebody. There is no possessor of life. There's just life appearing as everything, appearing as a man, appearing as a woman, a child, a dog, sky, space. Yet this can never really be described. There can never be any real, accurate description. This is beyond any description. This is nothing. This is worthless. Words themselves can never really describe what this is. This is unknowable. That's which seems to be looking for this. That's which seems to want to know this is already unknowable, appearing as that. There is already no one who wants to know. There's just this appearing as somebody who wants to know. What seems to be the knower is already the unknown, appearing as that. There is no real knower to know anything. There is already no one to know that there is no one here.
So I'm just gonna say, like, this will never really make sense to what wants to understand. What's trying to understand and saying like, well, that makes sense and this doesn't make sense. But I don't know, like, I guess people say that like they didn't ever understand, I guess. But just stop trying to understand or whatever, not intentionally, but like this that keeps trying to understand and make things fit together so that it's satisfied can never be satisfied. It seems, I don't know. I don't know. It's like
Yeah,
this doesn't seem to be satisfied with any answer, like, but I don't know, maybe that's no more significant than the plant that I'm staring at. Looking at a plant sitting over there, like it doesn't matter anymore than the plant. I don't know.
yeah, there's just this, this, the tree. When you look at the tree is not trying to understand anything. The tree is not trying to do anything. It's not waiting for anything to happen. It's not expecting anything to happen. It's just is. It's just there. So there's just this appearing as something trying to find it. There's never really anything that can really find this or collapse or fall away. There's just this. There's nobody here.
What
Yes,
just
Peter?
occurred was this may be way out of the ballpark. So in a sense, that's how babies or animals are, right? Or the plant at Layla's place and so on. It just is. And so evolution somehow, apparently, we evolved and grew these brains and, started to do a lot of fancy things to reflect and to just do a lot of complex things. And I'm somehow trying to reconcile that with evolution, that that there were living things that evolved, and basically now you're saying, well, we might as well. It's no different, and animals are actually, in terms of, if this was a doctrine, it's not a doctrine, I know, but if non-duality was the way to be, then animals are much better at it. Like animals are not trying to figure things out. They just live. Our plants, as we just covered.
Yeah,
So to grow a brain and try to understand it seems like a futile evolution in life.
yeah, but even when there's an attempt that appears or happens, an attempt to understand this, it's just this as well, appearing as an attempt, as trying. There is already nobody who's trying to understand. It's just this appearing as that. It's the same as birds chirping, chip 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 chip. So trying to understand is the same. It's just, you know, if you were to to establish your own language, and say when the bird is chirping, is saying chip chip chip. Maybe the bird is asking a question, and it. So I'm trying to say is the same. The question or trying to understand, thinking is the same as bird chirping. So it doesn't really mean anything, go anywhere. It's just what's happening, and it's not being done by anybody.
Yeah, and it seems like what I was asking was just a story that occurred, or an imagination, or I pursued some kind of a thought, which is neither here nor there. It's just a
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, it's just a thought. You have never done anything. You didn't do anything. You never done anything. You never think anything. You never suggest anything. This just what's happening. It's just what's happening. There is already no doer of anything. There's already no thinker of thoughts. There's already no one who's trying to understand. There's already no one who's looking. There's already no one who's searching right now. That which is looking out from those eyes is nobody. It doesn't have any gender. It doesn't have any agenda. It's not a male or a female looking. It's it has no position. There's no position already. There's no censor. There's just this vastness. Spaciousness, appearing to dance. There's nowhere to get to. There's nothing to achieve. There's nothing to fall away already. There's no goal to reach. There's no journey. There are no steps. There's just simply this. So this doesn't mind. It doesn't know you as real. It doesn't recognize you as real. It doesn't see the other. When the question is arising, it's just this appearing as a question. It's just this asking a question. It's just this giving an answer. It's just this arguing. It's just this giving up or not giving up. There is no escape. There is no escape. Any direction may be taken. Anything may be spoken. Any question may arise. Any reaction may happen. It doesn't matter. Even when it seems to matter, it doesn't matter. Because there's just everything already.
This
It's
is
already
something.
bounded.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Your internet doesn't have a lag anymore. It seems better. Oh, forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I know. I just, something that comes up and will probably keep coming up is this idea of something, and I listen to, I don't join so many meetings, but I listen to quite a few meetings. Something came up that some people in Michael's meeting were talking about, oh, I do feel like there's something apart from this, like something, like I'm assuming like a god or something separate. To me, that sounds like separate, like something else. But I think that that's so tricky, like so, like that there's everything is this, but then there's something that's apart from it in some way. Like everything is everything is just what everything is just everything. There's nothing separate from everything. I guess that's what it seems like to me. Like I feel like I can imagine that there's something else, but that seems like imagination, like I don't know, a presence or whatever that's not part of, I don't know. I'll just say it. I'll probably have to ask it 1,000 times in different ways, but yeah. Like, I don't know, I guess a lot of somehow it seems like there's a spiritual like thought, like the observer and the observed, like there's an observer or observing that's apart from everything that's observed. But I feel like I spent a very long time looking for that or trying to be that or whatever. And so I don't know.
Yeah, there's just everything. There's just everything, you know. There's no separation. There's no separation.
So not like you say, there's nobody behind it, but I guess the imagination would be that there's a force or there's an energy that's outside somehow, that's unknowable. But, and I don't know that there's not, I don't know if that can be known, but I guess that's what the idea is, something, a separate subject to everything that's seen.
Yeah, there is a space, there's an activity that is happening, the story, people talking, you know, exchanging opinions, birds flying, chirping, But that's as it is. And there is a space where that appears, this spaciousness. But the spaciousness that is there and what's in the activity, they are one. It's just one. There is no separation. They seem to be in activity, they're doing things, and there seems to be a space, but the space and the activity are just one and the same. It's not separate. There is no separate observer
Yeah. Okay.
who's observing the activity. It's just everything is one. The space and the activity is just one. It's the space appearing as an activity.
I
Yeah.
say okay as if I got it. I didn't get it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I
Anything
mean,
may
I
arise.
don't get it. I mean, it doesn't seem another way either, so.
If
Okay,
you
thank
happen
you.
to say, I got it, or I don't get it, it's okay.
I got it.
That's
Finished.
yeah, it's just what's happening.
Well, if you can get it, then you can lose it.
It's happened many times.
Well, there's just no getting this.
Yeah, there's just this appearing as everything. There's no real separate somebody who can get it. So if something seems to say, oh, I get it, there's just this appearing as that. So there's no real somebody who can say, I get it, I got it. Who can say, I can't get it. That's already saying that. I get it, I can't get it. Oh, I'm getting closer. You know.
Something disappeared. I noticed that Michael's bookcase disappeared. First he got rid of the books. Now he even got rid of the case.
I didn't do anything, Peter.
Oh, okay. It just appeared that way.
Yeah. No, those have been gone a while.
Okay. Took a while for me to get it. Maybe I'm light years away. It's just arrived.
Had to make room for Tim Kliss back in November when he
You know
came.
what? I thought that. I bet you he needed the space when he had the Tim Kliss event and he never put it back. See, that's how stories
Exactly.
come
You
up.
got it.
Eat
You got it.
something and then we try to figure out and make up a story. Yeah, that's great.
Beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful.
Nice. So are there any last questions or comments before we close?
You answered them all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.